Welcome back to the channel, everyone. This is my No Man's Land survival challenge series I'm doing, whereby I'm trying to follow the same rules that Chainsaw 100 and Dagwin are doing in their multiplayer survival series. So in the last episode, well, at the end of it, I cleaned up a bit around the yard. We had a pile of grass bales just the side of this hay here, so I got all that wrapped. I completed a trailer load over there, so we've got 3 full trailer loads of silage there, and the rest I stuck over with the Silo King, ready to be made into silage, into TMR. So in the last episode we got this field ploughed, well, finished the ploughing off, we got lime spread, we got all the stones picked. I think we ended up with nearly 4,000 litres of stones, which I've put over with the rest, and they're ready to do, well, when a decision's made on whether gold's going to be allowed in game. But I am actually thinking about just putting the methane plant in. So we're getting all the manure over from the cows, and I think manure sells for, I think it's about $200 per 1,000 litre. Now methane, although methane isn't actually in the list here, apparently Alien Jim just forgot to add it. So I don't know what price it is, but I think it's about between 500 and 700, something like that, I think, from what I've seen. So it's actually better to sell the manure, well, turn the manure into methane and sell that, than it is just to sell it. I don't want to buy a muck spreader and have to spray on the fields. We've got plenty of slurry, so I will be using that for fertiliser at some point. Our sorghum field's also ready to harvest, so we will be doing that this episode. But I think once I've sold all the planks and the flowers, and I think bread is at a good price right now. Where's our bread? So it's at 5,100, and the max is up to 5,280. So it's very close. We do have a lot of silage. Silage is 567 is maximum, so we're actually very close to that. We could sell all our silage. So potentially we can make a lot of money today from all the stuff we've been making. Planks are still a bit off. They're still 1,100 lower than they could be. And the honey, 2.9. Well, it's getting close, but it's still $400 under, so we won't bother with that. We know that the clothes are nowhere close. I think our canola at 2,069. So that's very close. We could sell all our canola. And the oats, well, the oats are probably close as well, 1,800. Yeah, we could sell, so we could sell the canola, sell the oats. Soybeans I think we have to wait for. So there's a few things we can sell. We can make a lot of money. We probably can buy the bigger combine this episode. So to start with, I'm going to get up to the shop with all our planks and things like that, and I'll just see you up there. Right, so we've got all the planks loaded up, all the flowers. Nearly knocked all the planks off, but that's kind of part of the course when you're doing this. So I'm just going to grab hold of this bread. I'm not sure how much we've got, but you know, there's a fair bit stacked up, and I'm sure there's a lot already inside. I have no idea what's going on here. There must be like some internal sort of tension between the pallets and with them being restrained, and the physics is just making it try to shift everything around, but I'm quite scared to let these straps loose. But we made it to the store eventually, so let's just see how much we get from all of this. $166,810. That's pretty good. I'm quite happy with that. I mean, that's definitely going to buy us the combine we want. I'm not sure about the seeder, but I'll get back to the farm and we'll just have a look and see what's what. Okay, so in terms of combine, I am wanting something pretty big, and it's probably something like this or the Fendt Ideal. So if we just compare the two, we can have up to 18,000 litres inside of the Claas, and the header for it is 13.8 metres. The Fendt's got a slightly smaller maximum capacity, and the biggest header we can get is 12 metres. And the New Holland, quite a low capacity in comparison, and the smallest header. So I think it makes sense just to go for this this Claas Lexion 8900. We'll get this header here, 13.8 meters, and it is 90,000. So we'll buy that. We also need a header for it, so a 13.8 meter header. And then we obviously want the combine. Configuration's big, so that gives us our, what did it say, 18,000 litres. Wheel setup, we can have standard or we can have wide tyres. Change the number plate. So we'll get that bought. And then we're going to need a header trailer. And I think it will be, well, it'll be one of the bigger ones. So combinations, yeah, that 13, yeah, that's the one we want. So we can buy this as well. Of course, got to change the number plate. Should we make it Claas colours? Is that the, no, that's the Val. Where's the Claas green? Extension colour. I'll just leave it at that. And the rim colour, well, we could go Claas green, why not? Spare wheel, yes or no? Ah, why not? It's only 500 quid and it looks better. Okay. So we now have $197,000 left. So if I wanted to get a better seeder, so I want something that can put fertilizer in as well. So something like this is 206,000. What is the from the Horsch pack? And that, sorry, that is a 15 meter, and it needs 300 horsepower, which we've got. We've got this Avatar here that's 12 meters, so it's slightly narrower. So I think we'll go with the Amazon. What customizations can you have? You can't really have any. So once we've sold our silage, we can probably afford that. So here we are with the Claas. So we'll just get the header onto the trailer. And the question is, will the header snap to the trailer? Yes, it will. That's handy. Right, so let's go and get this sorghum job done, which I'm assuming is not going to take long at all. Right, so first time in the class, let's have a look inside the cockpit, or inside the cabin, not sure what you call them. Right, so let's fire it up and see how we get on. Yeah, I mean, this is not going to take any time at all to do this field. So I suppose the only issue with this having this combine now is that its hopper is bigger than our trailer, so we're definitely now going to have to buy a bigger trailer. Not that that's too much of a problem. I think from all this silage we've got, we should be making quite a lot of money, so we can probably afford to do that as well. And I would also like to get the methane plant started. So I don't think a decision's been made, or certainly at the time I'm recording this, there hasn't been a decision made on the whether or not we can use gold. So, but methane, I don't see a problem with that. It's a in-game mod, and we have the manure, plenty of manure. I'm not going to use manure for fertilizer because we've got slurry, and I'll definitely be getting a slurry tanker. So that manure I think's worth around $200 per 1,000 litres. But you can actually sell methane in the game. It doesn't show in the shop list, but I think that's just because Alien Jim forgot to add it. But you can sell it, and I think it goes for somewhere around $700. So 3.5 times the price of manure on its own, or probably 3 times. So I think we've got around 70,000 litres of manure. So depending on the conversion rate, I think we should do alright. And we're better off selling the manure as methane. So hopefully we can get that methane plant ready to go in this episode. Right, so what I'll do, because we're 66% full, I'll hand this over to a worker and I'll go and get the trailer on the Deutzfahr and we'll get it emptied. Right, so just in time, the beacons have just come on to say it's 85% full. And yeah, you can definitely see the size of the trailer to the new combine. So I'm going to go and stick this sorghum straight into the grain mill and get it producing flour. That also reminds me, we've got this field to get baled up. I think I used courseplay for it last time, and unfortunately I didn't save the course, so I'm not sure if we'll just be able to load up a course that the windrower used. I'd have to have a look into that, because that would be handy if I could just get a tractor with the baler on the same course as the windrower. Then we should get the majority of that grass picked up. But for now, the most important job is we need to get those bales sold so we can buy the seeder. Did not see that manure box there. Yeah, so the most important thing to do right now is to get the bales sold. I'm sure that silage was a good price. Can't remember if we checked at the start of the episode. 567 is the maximum, and it's at 548, so definitely worth selling. So I'll just get the bale loader up and we'll go and get these bales up to the store, get them sold. So I lost track of that, but I think it was about $45,000. I'll make a note for the next time just to see. So I'll get back, I'll get the other two loads done, and then I noticed there that the combine was full again, so that'll get emptied. It's probably nearly finished now anyway. Right, so these bales here were the ones, so they're still fermenting. They're very close though. So I'll just nip over, we'll get the combine emptied, and then we'll get back to selling the grass, or the silage. Yeah, so I think that was, we were on 49,000, now we're on 96. So that was about $47,000. So just one last trip to make, and then we'll get this seeder bought, and we'll get down and start planting the soybeans. So these are now silage, which is good. That's still fermenting, that one. So just while I just give those a little bit more time, we'll nip over into the Deutsche Fahrt. We'll get this emptied, get the combine emptied, and then by the time we get up to the store with those silage bales, they should all be fully fermented. So we've nearly got 36,000 litres of sorghum off that field, which I think is pretty good. And I haven't got anywhere to park this just yet, so just for now we'll get it parked up on this bit of land here, which I will be turning back into grass so that we can eventually put a building on that can store all our bigger equipment. Right, so I'll just put this last lot of sorghum into the flour mill, and then we'll just check on those bales and they should be ready to sell. Right, so that's silage. Very difficult to tell. It's not letting me. That's silage. Yeah, so it looks like they're all silage now. Yeah, so I think that was like $46,000, so that was about right last time. So I'll just run down with this and then I'll come back, we'll pick up the seeder and then we'll get that job going. Right, okay, so seeders. I think we'd looked at the Amazon. It's $206,000 and it had a 15-meter width, but something I want to just check with these. So the advantage to using this one here is we wouldn't need to cultivate previously. The Amazon one I need to cultivate. So although it's 3 meters wider, it's 2 jobs to do the same thing. So I'm actually going to go with the Horsch one instead. Tank setup. Oh, we can get an even bigger seed tank. So what's the designs? Design 1, design 2. Oh, it's got different... oh, I quite like the one with that. Right. So I think we'll have that. It's $201,000. We'll also want to get some seed. So just looking back at this seeder, how big was the seed tank? 3,300. So if I get 3 bags of seed as well, and 3 bags of fertilizer. And the other thing I'm going to need, thinking about it, is a roller. So we do have the grass roller. Oh, we have the roller that can also roll grass. We have this one here, but at its maximum width it's only 8 meters. Really, I want to get something a little bit bigger than that. So there's this big Mandaco. I mean, that is really big and probably get too awkward. I've used this Dalbo before, and it has a really weird thing how it doesn't actually ever lift. So I think that could be a bit awkward, especially on the hills. It is 24 meters wide as well, but if we just go for this smaller Dalbo, I think that would be more than adequate. So we'll buy that as well. Right, but we'll get the seeders started and then maybe bring the Massey up after, and the Massey can follow the seeder with the roller. We'll just get it filled up. Right, so we'll head up to the field, and we'll get started on the seeding. So actually thinking about it, what I might just do is start it off from the bottom. And I want to select soybeans. Right, so let's get the worker going. Be interested to see how it copes with the hills. Still getting quite a bit of wheel spin there on the front, so maybe, you know, there's not much we can do about that. But we're still holding 9 miles an hour as we start to go into the hill. I'm expecting it'll get down to like 5. Although it hasn't yet. We're starting to go to 8. I mean, that's perfect. It hardly lost any speed at all. Right, so what we'll do is we'll go and get the Massey. And the Massey can go and fetch the roller. So also buy another weight. We've been needing an extra weight for quite a while now. Quite like the look of this one. I like to have a pin hitch on them, so that's 1800. Oh, you can configure it as well, so that is actually really good. So we'll just buy that one. Alright, so the Fendt's got a bit of a head start. I'm not sure exactly how quick this is going to go, but we were travelling at 9 miles an hour. Right, so the Massey is only going to go at 7, so it'll never actually catch up, which is ideal for us. Before we end this episode, we'll have a quick check on the animals. We still only got 20 cows, so we haven't reached full reproduction state yet. They have plenty of food, they've got plenty of straw. Water's starting to get low, but that'll last until the next episode. And the milk's coming on nicely. Oh, our chickens. Eggs are nearly full. That's a good point there, actually. I think eggs might be a good time to sell. What's that for? At the farm shop, 4177. Right, so that's the next job. We're going to go and sell all the eggs. So hopefully we won't have any issues loading these. I don't think I want to pick up that many in one go.
Got me up all night, putting things on the side. What do you have in mind? She's awake all the time. What are you trying to find? I hope this ain't a lie. Cause I'm vibing with all we have. Yeah, I'm feeling what we are now. I'm laying down on the ground. All I do is thinking out loud. Yeah, I'm vibing with all we have. I'm feeling what we are now. All I do is thinking out loud. Cause I'm running with these emotions, stumbling out of bed. One hell of a roller coaster. You're messing with my head. I'm ending up so clueless. What are you trying to find? I'm running with these emotions. Tell me, what do you have in mind?
Right, so that's the eggs loaded up. There's quite a few there. I'm just going to pick up these pallets of wool on the front loader, and then we'll drop these off at the spinnery on the way up to the store. Get those straps on. Don't want to lose our eggs. Right, so say I'll drop this off at the spinnery, and then I'll just see you all up at the store and see what we make from the eggs. Right, so we're at the store now, and eggs are going to make us how much? $116,221. That's pretty good. So even after everything that we've bought, we're still in a really strong financial position. So in the next episode, we'll definitely get that methane production going. I definitely want to get those all that grass baled up, and if we can, I'd like to buy another plot of land and start extending the farm again. I haven't decided just yet where I'm going to go. I was perhaps thinking about this area here. It's quite nice and flat at the bottom, but I'll have a think about it, and I'll maybe have a look around off camera and see if I can find anything better. So the only jobs left for me to do today are just to fill up these greenhouses with water, as I usually do. And I'll just let these workers carry on getting this field seeded and rolled. So thank you all for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. I say give the video a like please, that would really help the channel out. I'm kind of a bit stagnant at the moment after an initial great start when I started doing this series. And if you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. So again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in the next episode. Take care. Bye bye for now.